And the holidays are this time where people don't always feel like they have a choice, whether to come together. And I think the conversations I've been having with people, part of it is actually realizing that you do have a choice. So if you feel like this is really a bad spot for you, then don't enter it. However, most people are going to go ahead and get together with the family for Thanksgiving. The things to keep in mind when these issues start to come up, whether it's tension because of just relationships or political issues, and we're coming right out of the election, what I'm advising people is remember, this is personal. These are really personal issues for people, unlike what we've seen in past years. So what that means is the way that you talk with somebody else, you want to share your own perspective, but from a personal place. It's not about shouting down and saying, oh, you're stupid or this is wrong, but really sharing like, hey, this is how I'm feeling. This is how this is affecting me. And then also recognizing and respecting that it might be personal for the other person as well. So we have to treat each other with respect, listen to people, and also try to understand what you're looking for out of the conversation. So are you trying to persuade somebody? Are you trying to have empathy with them, or have them hopefully have empathy with you? That can also inform the way that you move through those conversations. And the last tip that I give people, because what ends up happening oftentimes when we somebody is coming at us, or we feel like they're coming at us verbally in a debate, and obviously there's levels of physical violence that doesn't I don't want to get into or have that apply, but when somebody is coming at you, in an argument or a debate, instead of reacting, there's a gap between you feeling that stimulus and actually the response that you give. And you want to try to make a little bit of room so that you can formulate a response that's going to keep the temperature at an appropriate level and not escalate things. So what I encourage people to do is to take what I call a curious breath. And that's that really big, deep inhale where you feel your lungs expand and they press against your rib cage. And when you do that, it actually helps make some space in your mind so that you can think about how you want to respond rather than just giving a knee-jerk reaction to something.
I like that actual physiological response there. A couple of things I want to break down. One of the things I heard you say was listen,
Yes.
because I think so often we are so caught up in our own thoughts that we're formulating our response while the other person is talking. Do you find that as well?
Absolutely. And that's not really listening. You're in that case, you're listening to respond rather than listening to understand. And so what you want to do is truly hear them. And a good exercise there is to reflect back, do reflective listening. So somebody says something to you, repeat it back to them and say, I just want to make sure I'm getting this correctly. What I heard you say was, and you repeat everything that you heard, matching the words and the tone, and then ask them, did I get this correct? And give them a chance to modify, because then they're hearing back their own words and what they've said, and give them that chance to respond. And then you can respond as well. But it gives you time as you are having to really listen and reflect back. That gives you the chance to think through what you want to actually say in return as well.
The other thing I've heard you say is you keep making I statements rather than you. Is that
Correct.
are you doing that on purpose?
Absolutely, because when you say you, it's going on the offensive. And really what you're trying to do, what the goal is to try to get somebody to understand where you're coming from. And you want to understand where they're coming from as well. But when you can talk about, hey, I felt this way when this event happened, because it helps open the other person up to seeing you as a person and seeing how this is personally affecting you. And then they are able to start to relate to it, hopefully. And you'll talk about it in a more personal human terms rather than as some sort of theoretical, abstract concept.
That's great. Is there anything else that you want to add that you would think we should know?
Take the time that you need to have the conversations. And one of the biggest things that gets in the way, that I write about and talk about a lot in my book, is our own judgment. So dismantle the judgment, take the time to take that curious breath. You know, and your judgment, this is about your beliefs, your biases, your stereotypes that you're carrying. You want to dismantle those as much as you can.
And last
Hey,
question, tell me about your book.
yeah, and can we also talk about lifeology? Awesome. Yeah, so my book is Tell Me More About That, Solving the Empathy Crisis, One Conversation at a Time. And it goes into the 5 steps that it helps people understand the barriers to empathy when you're having those interactions with people. So to dismantle your judgment, to ask good questions, to actively listen, integrate into understanding, and use solution imagination, which is when you are having those conversations, take the things that you've heard and start to reflect them back in an empathetic and supportive way.
Rob Volpe, thank you so much for your time and happy holidays.
Thank you.